If the fine lines around your eyes and mouth have started to catch your attention every time you pass a mirror, this old kitchen remedy was made for exactly that quiet worry. Cloves and rice, two humble things likely already in your pantry, were used by women for softer, smoother, more rested-looking skin long before anti-aging became a billion-dollar aisle. Here is the strange part. The ingredients could not be simpler, yet the method is where almost every woman slips. And one of those slips can leave your skin red and stinging instead of glowing. That one clove mistake is the whole reason I sat down to record this. I am Rosemary. For 22 years, I stood behind the chair in my little Midwest beauty parlor, watching mature skin up close, day after day, and learning which simple things actually help and which only empty your purse. My mother kept her beauty notes in an old brown notebook, and cloves and rice sat near the top of one worn page. Back then, no one had money for fancy jars with fancy promises. A woman used what was in her kitchen, because it was there, because it was cheap, and because her own mother had used it before her. I understand why so many of you feel tired of spending $40 or $50 on a cream that runs out in 6 weeks and leaves you feeling exactly the same. There is a real comfort in a remedy you can measure with your own hands, at your own sink, on your own schedule. Let me tell you honestly what this water does, without the usual fairy tale. When you soak rice and strain off the cloudy water, you get a soft, starchy liquid. On the skin, that light, starchy film may leave the surface feeling temporarily softer or smoother. The clove is simply a traditional touch that women once added for its familiar scent, and it is the part to treat with real care, because clove can irritate sensitive skin. So the rice water is the kind cosmetic base here, and the clove is only a whisper. Used cautiously, it is a surface comfort, not a deep repair. And I will be clear later about what it can and cannot promise. Here is the exact way I make mine, and this is the only method you need. Make just a small, fresh batch for one use, because this is a plain, homemade water with nothing in it to keep it safe over time. Take 1 tablespoon of plain white rice and rinse it once under cool water to wash off loose dust. Put the rinsed rice in a clean bowl and pour in half a cup of cool or room temperature water. Do not use hot water because heat is not needed here. Let it soak for about 30 minutes, then swirl it gently and strain the cloudy water into a clean glass. Now the clove. This is my own deliberately mild version, so add only 2 whole dried cloves. Never clove oil and never anything undiluted. Let those 2 cloves rest in the water for about 15 minutes, then lift them out. This is not a proven, measured dose. It is simply a gentle touch, and with clove, stronger is never better. Use the water right after you make it and pour away whatever is left when you are done. Wash your face with your usual cleanser and leave the skin slightly damp. Dip a clean cotton pad into the water until it is wet but not dripping. Sweep a thin layer lightly over your cheeks, forehead, and jaw. Stay well away from your eyes and the delicate corners around them, and skip the lips. Press and glide the way you would smooth a wrinkle out of fine fabric. Let it sit for just a minute or 2, then rinse it off completely with cool or lukewarm water. Pat your skin dry with a soft towel and follow with your regular moisturizer while the skin is still a little damp. Begin with only once a week. If your skin stays completely comfortable, you may use it now and then. And in the morning, always finish with a broad spectrum sunscreen before you step out, because daily sun protection is one of the truest kindnesses for aging skin. The first mistake is reaching for the wrong form of clove entirely. Many women read the word clove and grab the little bottle of clove essential oil from the cupboard. Please do not. Clove oil is extremely concentrated, far too strong for the face, and it does not belong in this remedy at all. We are using 2 whole dried cloves, gently steeped, and nothing more. The whole idea is a whisper of clove, not a shout. The second mistake is using too much rice. thinking a thicker, milkier water must work better. It does not. A heavy, gluey water can leave a sticky film that feels tight and looks dull once it dries. 1 tablespoon of rice to half a cup of water is plenty. More is simply harder for your skin to wear comfortably. The third mistake is treating a patch test as a promise. A quiet patch test is still worth doing. Before you put this on your face, dab a little on the inside of your forearm and leave it for a day. A calm patch can lower the odds of a surprise, yet the thin skin of your face can still react differently from your arm. So even after a good patch test, go slowly the first time on your face and watch how your skin answers. The fourth mistake is using it too often, chasing faster results. When something seems to help, it is tempting to reach for it every evening, but your skin does not reward eagerness. Too many rounds, too close together, can leave mature skin feeling stripped and touchy instead of soft. Start with once a week and only add a little more if your skin stays perfectly happy. Let it rest in between. Patience is the quiet ingredient no jar can sell you. Before I share the next few, let me say this softly. If sitting here together, sorting the honest remedies from the expensive nonsense feels good to you, then do stay a while. Subscribing simply means I can keep pulling these old pages out of my notebook for you, one gentle evening at a time. The fifth mistake is expecting this little water to replace everything else you do for your skin. I have to be gentle and honest here. This is a lovely, soothing step, but it is not a facelift in a jar, and it will not do the work of your moisturizer, your sunscreen, or the good habits of rest and water. Think of it as one kind hand among several, not the whole household. When you let it be one nice thing, it delivers. The sixth mistake is trying to save the leftover water to use again later. But this is a plain homemade water with nothing in it to keep it clean, and left sitting even in the refrigerator, it can quietly grow things you cannot see. Pressing that onto your face days later can bring on breakouts or irritation. So make only the small amount you need, use it once, and let the rest go. A fresh spoonful of rice costs almost nothing. And now the most important one, the mistake I promised you at the very start. Here is the quiet twist. The clove is the very thing many women think makes this remedy stronger, and it is exactly the thing you must handle with the most care. Add too many cloves, leave them steeping far too long, or reach for that little bottle of clove oil, and you push the irritation risk higher with every step. When the skin flushes hot, tingles, or turns red, some believe that heat is a sign it is working. It is not. That is your skin asking you to stop. If any of that happens, rinse it away at once and leave the clove out next time. And with something like clove, repeated exposure can sometimes make skin grow more reactive over time, so gentle and occasional will always serve you better than strong and often. 2 whole cloves, briefly steeped, then out. Respect the clove and it stays kind. Can cloves and rice erase your wrinkles? Not in the way the word erase suggests. What this water can honestly do is leave your skin feeling softer and looking a little fresher and more awake, especially when dryness has been making fine lines look deeper than they are. Skin that is comfortable and well cared for can look smoother and more rested in the mirror for a while. But the deeper lines, the ones life and laughter have pressed into your skin over many years, are part of your story, and no kitchen water lifts those away for good. The softness you get is a welcome guest, not a permanent resident. Skin that feels cared for and comfortable is a genuine gift, and you do not need a miracle to be worth the effort. A few honest words of care before you begin. If you have a known allergy to clove or to eugenol, the compound that gives clove its strength, this remedy is not for you. If you live with rosacea, eczema, very reactive skin or any broken or raw skin, please be especially cautious, and it is wiser to skip the clove entirely or leave this remedy alone. The same caution applies after a recent peel, procedure, or laser, or if you use prescription creams or strong active treatments. So check before you layer anything new on top. Watch for burning, redness that lingers, swelling, itching, a rash, or any stinging near the eyes. If any of that appears, rinse with cool water and stop right away. And remember, a calm patch test helps, but it is not a promise, so go slowly and listen to your skin. Let me gather it into one simple rhythm you can remember. Make a small, fresh batch each time. 1 tablespoon of rice, rinsed, soaked, in half a cup of cool water for 30 minutes, then strained. 2 whole dried cloves, rested in it for about 15 minutes, then lift it out. Patch test first. On clean, damp skin, press on a thin layer with a cotton pad. Let it sit a minute or two, then rinse it off completely and pat dry. Follow with your moisturizer. Use it no more than once a week to start. Pour away every drop that is left, and never skip your morning broad-spectrum sunscreen. That is the whole remedy, start to finish. Here is what I hope you carry with you tonight. The lines on your face are not flaws to erase in a panic. They are the map of a life well lived, and caring for your skin can be a small, calm act of kindness toward yourself, nothing more and nothing less. So tell me in the comments, what is one old beauty trick your mother or grandmother swore by? I would love to read them and perhaps try one myself. Next time, I will open the notebook to another forgotten remedy, a humble pantry oil that women once used to soften rough, tired hands. Until then, take care of yourself, my dear friend. You've earned it.